Uranagi last week. This week we're going to be doing an offensive Uranagi, which is very much in the realm of Sambo technique. The guys that started doing it in Judo back in the 70s and 80s were basically Sambo guys put in a Judo gi. So they basically just did Sambo without the leg locks and did really well at it. So these are the throws that will get you called a brute, or that you're on steroids, or that it's a strength move, or all that other crap. But I can tell you, as somebody who's been a light middleweight almost all my career, I can do this on bigger guys, and it's because it's using technique, not strength. Okay, so just because you're lifting a guy off the ground doesn't mean that there isn't strength behind it. Okay, everybody in this room could probably squat their body weight or pretty close to it. All right, it's a lot easier to squat a guy when you've got all the way around him than it is across your shoulders. Okay, and that's the principle of this throw basically. Squat down, body lock, lift. Okay, use your legs, use your butt. There you go, pretty simple. All right, now the ways in which this is going to differentiate between doing it as a counter throw is you have to initiate the action, and you have to be willing to use more of your legs, okay? Because you're probably not going to get that perfect grip like we would before. Before, you feel him coming in, you keep your lapel grip, and you just kind of squat until he comes in, grab the hip, take him over, right? Here, you're actually going to get an offensive grip, and when you come around, you basically grab what you can, and then you use the leg lifting action and the twist of your hips to throw him with it, all right? All right, so I'm going to do this on Jeff. Okay, so I start with the grip, okay? Where guys usually get in trouble with this is they want to move in and then grip. Okay, that's going to jack you up a little bit because you'll end up finding that you end up having to go with a body lock, and it's hard to finish well with a body lock. You can be done, but it's a lot easier when you got the grip. So start with your grip, okay? And as soon as I get that grip, I'm going to step past his foot and just kind of lock my hips into him like a T, okay? So curl around and grab that hip, okay? If I'm lucky, I got underneath his armpit. Usually what ends up happening is he's got a grip there anyways, so I come around and I get right about here. I'll grab this, or I'll get him right around the waist, okay? So, got the grip, come around. As soon as I get this, I'm going to lift and then turn my head sideways. It's going to be a sideways finish instead of a back finish, and that's another big difference.
Now guys, it's really important what Derrick did around there. Look at his head in Jeff's right shoulder. He really controls it right there. That's what Rene Pomerelli used to say, using your third arm or your third arm. That's the head right there in that shoulder. Now notice that, the top end. Now look at his left hand tight waisting, what we call a tight waist, very strongly around the waist. That traps Jeff's body. He is stuck there.
If he tries to turn out, I can suck him back in. See?
And now he's kind of ready to be tossed.
So when I toss, I use my legs first. I just try and stand up straight and put my hips in. And as soon as I feel his legs go up, I turn my face and try and look at the neck.
It's almost, your legs are almost like you're sitting down in a chair.
Yeah.
And we often call this the chair throw. Uranagi in the Japanese terminology means rear throw, and often we call this the chair throw in Sambo. That's the name. I have no clue how to say that in Russian. I don't speak Russian at all, but that's what it's often called in Sambo.
So I've always said, you know, to you guys, there's Russian names for all this. I can't pronounce them, and they usually don't end up making a lot of sense. So I like the Japanese versions because they're usually pretty descriptive, or I'll just give you our club name for it.
We always call this the buck.
Yeah, the buck.
Because all the guys couldn't figure out how to say Uranagi, so they just call it the buck because you're kind of bucking them up and over.
Right, and that is a very big clue right there, is you're bucking the guy up. You're not lifting the guy up. You're bucking him up with your hips, and then you just have to turn your head and put him down. Okay?
So do it, flow right in. Show you, it's a very aggressive. This is one of the basic throws of Sambo, actually. And that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, we're brutes. We're all on steroids." No, That's pure technique being done there, guys.
Yeah.
And that's a very good technique too. Okay.
All right, let's do it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach across. Normally we don't do that, but in this instance I'm going to come right back over to the same side, so it's not going to matter. Reach across that shoulder, bring your elbow down, grab the belt, squish his elbow in. Okay, now he's nice and tight in there. Okay, this forearm, as soon as I come across and back down, I'm pushing him down with my elbow, and then it should just be a flop down, and there's his belt. Don't reach for the belt. Okay, now I have no control with my elbow, he's underneath my armpit, and he picks me up and I go for a nice ride. Okay, I have to control his posture the whole way through. So especially with guys that are good at grip fighting, he's keeping a good posture here, I'm gonna have to actually control him with that elbow. Reach over, jam him down with your elbow, flop your hand down, and his belt will be right there, I guarantee it. Okay?
Everybody, the idea of any gripping, no matter what jacket sport it is to break his posture and control him with the grip. That's why we grab him. Our hands are the first thing we touch him with, aren't they?
A series of what we call the Georgian grip, okay? So the idea here is I've got a sleeve and I come through and I get his belt, okay? Now I'm taking a left-handed grip, so most of you guys can see. You can do it just as easily from a right-handed grip, okay? Come through, catch here, okay? There's a lot of fun stuff you can do here. This is completely illegal in IJF Judo right now. Bunch of wusses. But it's totally legal in Sambo, and it's totally legal in AAU Judo, and it's totally legal in any grappling I've ever seen. It's like jiu-jitsu based or submission grappling based. So the benefit is a lot of guys are low slung like this anyways. They'll come out like this, hoping to pull guard or maybe shoot in. And as soon as I get this, it's like, oh goody, boom, now I've got you. Now, most of you might be thinking, well, you're giving him his leg right there. Yeah, but I've got his belt in one of his arms. So he might start driving me somewhere, but it's just as easy for me to put my hip in and stop him, okay? I've got control of his shoulders and his hips. He's not gonna be able to do very much unless I'm just kind of like this, right? Okay? So when you use this grip, use the grip, okay? Jam the elbow in, jam the elbow down, okay? Elbow in, elbow down. Okay, all the stuff that we're gonna be doing from this, you probably won't get the guy this bent over, but the same principles apply. I wanna be curling him up into a tight little ball so that when I do a move, it really works, okay? He's worried about getting his posture back, and while he's doing that, go ahead. Okay? So that's the first one we're gonna do because I think technically it's the easiest one. It's a step with an inner knee lift, okay? So we get a hold of the belt, we jam this down, we jam that down, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a diagonal step, okay? Not way out here, not way back there, not sideways, okay? Put your foot right next to where his foot is, okay? And as I come in, I drive that knee or the inner part of your thigh into the inner part of his thigh, okay? And as soon as you feel it start coming up, look behind you and pull that belt, okay?
Now, he's purposely not landing on him because he's not throwing him on the crash pads, everybody. He wanted to illustrate the thigh sweep for you.
Right. I'll show you on the crash pad when I think you guys have the knee part down. The important part is that, no, be back up, okay? Step in, catch. See how it moves like that? I'm not going through him, okay? I'm going up, okay? It lifts his hips up, and then all I have to do is just turn, and that belt grip just pulls him over, okay? You get his hips up a little bit, pull and twist and look behind you, he flops over.
When you pull and twist, Derrick is aiming down and back with his right elbow.
Right here, okay? So if I did this by myself, step, okay? That's basically what I'm aiming for.
You mind taking a fall for him, Eric? Yeah. So watch on the pad the full movement. We just want you to work the first half of it like you said. Watch the full movement here.
Okay? So again, elbows cramped in, okay? This is the left hand so you guys can see it. You can do it right-handed. It doesn't matter, okay? Step in, catch, okay?
See how you land on him? You want to land on him, okay? Let him know who won.
Yeah.
Okay?
And if you don't have a crash pad and you know, God forbid somebody's dumb enough to try and attack you, and you know this throw outside, they're not getting up after that. They'll be knocked out at the very least. Do what? Oh yeah. I'm pushing his head this way. I've got control of one arm. If he has a weapon, he might be able to get it around there, but again, his head's over on this side, and I'm already coming through. It's not like I'm going to sit here and follow him around like this. As soon as he comes in low, okay, that's it. It's a quick throw. I don't want to sit there with that grip for very long. He will eventually figure out a way. Okay? All right. Let's try it.
Okay, that is the front thigh sweep, everyone, that we're working on here in Sambo at John Saylor's training camp, 2015 in Perrysville, Ohio. So the front thigh sweep from Sambo.
Okay, so when you drill this, make sure there's enough room so you've got room to work between you and the crash pad. What you're only worried about is upper torso hitting the mat, okay? All right, so the throw's here. I'm right here. I've got a lapel grip. I step in like this, and I'm trying to get all the weight on this leg, okay? So I've lunged in, this is coming down, and when I hit Seoi-nage, I don't grab here, okay? I just keep this open or keep a fist. In this case, I'm grabbing, okay? So I step in here, and then I go, and I twist in like this, okay? I want to take my shoulder and drive it into his upper chest. And I'm not reaping the leg. It's a otoshi, it's a body drop, okay? So here, the leg's bent like almost a fencer's lunge at this point. I've got his weight to the side, to the back, and then I just step across it, laying like that.
If Mike can survive another one, I'm going to get a different angle of that. Is that okay?
Yep. We'll do it fast.
Well, you ask Mike. No, that's an excellent throw. So that from that angle.
More or less hitting it like a fence.
Yep. And I'm just no load, just drop it.
Japanese parlance, it would be like an Osoto Otoshi.
That's what I-
Started with a Seoi-nage, but Osoto Otoshi. There you have it. Very strong throw. So a really nice knee drop Seoi-nage or shoulder throw. This is geared to really low grapplers. Like you see this a lot in Sambo. We're practicing Sambo tonight, so this is what you're going to see a lot in Sambo because they were really low position, low profile like here. In Judo, it's a little more upright. Okay, you might see this in BJJ or some other type of, submission grappling, but the guys are really low. Okay, and this is why you don't want to be, bent forward if you're the victim or the guy getting thrown at uke. If you're the guy, because then don't do it wrong. If he's low here, look, like Matt Lindland was saying at the Sambo Summit, here's a point, it's like a pyramid. There's a point, here's his head. So he's created an opening with his hips being shallow and back, or far away, and his weight distribution is too far forward, more back, but in this case forward, okay? So he's really asking to be thrown. And now he might be quite good, he's here and I might set him up, but I want to get him I got to get the right angle here to really set him up. Usually in knee drop Seoi-nage, I like to grab this. I always did the one-arm style where I come in here, do the knee drop. That was great for Judo, and I've done it in Sambo as well. But in this case, when a guy's really low slung like this, it's really hard to do this style. You can, but it's too close of a contact, it's too short of a grip, as we say in Sambo. I want a longer grip. So when we're fighting here, I want to get this sleeve here as low as I can, right here. Okay, so I'll right at the, you get pistol grip, you don't need to really, just hold it low. So you want a really nice long grip, and we're working here, and the best angle I can get, if he's leading with his left, I'm leading with my right. We're opposite positions now. And work around, in a course of a match or something, you're going to be working around. Just, here's my opportunity, okay? Now, I want this sleeve here, because if he pulls it back, I can set right in and nail him, even tighter. But probably won't. He'll probably stay low, and he'll probably keep it there. See like that? Now, he's giving me an alley to swing into, right? Now, I like the one-arm style. Some of you may do a double or a far lapel, whatever you like. I like the one-arm style. So like this again, slow. It's one of the rare times I like to do a seoi-nage or shoulder throw type throw with a sleeve grip like this. This is one of those times. So see how I'm through here? All right, now what's going to happen, I'm just going to swing right under and just drive right in. So we come in here, boom, super deep, follow through, okay? So you want to create that alley to hit with. Now, if you're a knee dropper, I know, I was, my wife was, Derrick is, Sandy was filming, hit a lot of people knee drops. Anne Maria DeMars, a good friend of ours, was a knee dropper. A lot of times they'd come out of this, and I just drill them in like that. Key to remember, always remember, if I'm going over my right side, my knees to the left, my butt to the right. See, I'm driving. Don't flop and drop. The worst thing I can do is flop and drop. I do not want you to do this, especially from this attack. Don't come in here and go, oh, he's got me, okay? So if you flop and drop, a lot of people teach that, and frankly, I don't think that's correct. It's not efficient. You saw what happened to me if I flopped and dropped. So we're working here, Let me have this grip, part of the grip fighting process, okay? And my goal now, I want to create an alley here. So I may work over here a bit, there we go. And before he reacts, I got to hit in there. I got to swing in. So see this? And as I do this, this kind of pulls just like this. Doesn't pull down, don't try to pull up. It just pops, just pop it in the back of your wrist. When I come in, super deep. I like to set one arm type setup. When you do this, do not come over the shoulder. I'm done, okay? So lock it. One more time. Here, I work around, bam, there's my alley. Now watch, when I swing in, ready to go, wham, right into it. So it's a very efficient way, and it's a good technique. High percentage, high ratio of success. If you need points, it could be Sambo, Judo, whatever, it's really good. Now in a no-gi situation, he's like this, just grab the wrist. Just take the wrist, okay? All right, take his hand. The wrist is better. But we got a jacket, let's use it. It's a great tool to handle. So again, you come straight in, but not right now. If he's wary, he's smart. A lot of guys will lead with a foot. They'll sugar foot with one foot or the other, okay? If he's sugar footing there, I'm thinking, okay, what I'll have to do is square him back up. So yeah, sugar foot there's a sugar. So if he's there, if he's leading me, if he's a righty and I'm a righty, okay, what I'm going to do from here, I'm just going to adjust to the front, and I'm going to dive straight in. See, it's a matter of angles. It's really a matter of angles. Kind of like, thinking a person's chest, physical chest like Clinton. Was that?
Jared Foes.
Jared Foes. So I thought somebody else had it too, but I know Jared Foes used to say it like us too. But if he's here, I'm here, now I can pop in and go, okay? But often, he'll lead with the one side, I'll lead with the other, or I may get it, or if he's a square up guy, I'll come to the side here, I got it. If I can get in here, he's gone, okay? One more time, so just create that, got that alley, that hole there, I swing under, and there we go. Wham. And follow through the ground. Get the points, and get your hold. Go right into a Osei for Judo, a holding for Sambo. It's for time. We good? Let's give it a shot. Thanks, sir.
Same thing I was doing before, okay? Go ahead. Okay, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my foot up on that hip. I'm gonna curl under like we were doing before, and I'm gonna use my foot to prop him up and over, okay? Okay, that's Yoko Tomoe-nage. Okay, it's basically the standard Tomoe-nage, except I'm going sideways with it. So you'll notice it looks just like what we were doing before. Okay, I'm coming in at an angle, my grips are the same, my head position's the same, the way I land on the ground is the same. Why not? Let's throw an arm lock in there. steps here, and they all kind of flow into each other. So first one's isolate the arm. Okay, I don't really care if you're a baseball bat kind of guy, you know, 2-on-1 grip, or if you're a arm fold, which I prefer because it's sneaky, or if you're a grab the sleeve or grab the lapel. They all work. It's all dependent on what feels natural to you. But whichever way you do it, you got to isolate the arm first. Okay? So once you isolate that arm, you're going to shrimp. Okay? And again, there's different ways of doing that. You can push your foot and shrimp. You can just dive under. Okay? You can use your knees to go through. Okay? Or you can start the pull first and then underhook. Doesn't really matter. Just shrimp and try and get your ear on the guy's knee. Okay? As soon as you start moving, you better be underhooking that leg. Okay? Boom. All right? My foot over here is pointed up, toes pointed like that. I can wave at myself with the underhook, and I'm making a plus sign with my body and his body, okay? We're perpendicular. That's what I want. That's perfect. Okay? From there, I bring that foot through in front of his face, and as soon as it gets in front of his face, I clamp down. Okay? Point the toe, squeeze his head. This makes it hard for him to get out. Okay? Notice everything else is still the same. I've got his hand, my foot over here is pointed, and I'm still over here waving at myself. He's in a nice tight little package, and I just flip him over. Okay? Once I do that, again, notice everything's the same still. My hand's here, my foot's there, and I've got his arm. Okay? The only difference is we're now in a different, I rolled them over. That's it. Nice tight little package. Okay? Let go of the leg, scoop through, grab the arm, sit back. Okay? There you go. The important part behind all of these is making it flow together. Okay? There's different ways of doing each of the steps, like I told you. Pick which one you like, but make sure that you're doing each of the various steps. Isolate the arm, shrimp in tight, underhook, flip over, and at the end, everything should still be nice, tight, and round. Okay? All right, go and get it. We'll do another 2 or 3 minutes. He's got the Saturday night ride. I'm having trouble creating separation to stop the pin, so I lock that elbow in with my knee and my hip by putting my foot on his hip. Okay? As soon as I get that, I just bring my forearm across, grab his shoulder or grab the back of his head. Okay? And the idea behind there is I'm just going to push and shrimp until I can get my foot over his back of his head. Squeeze hard so he can't get out. And I can either finish from here.
His elbow's dropped here.
Yeah, his elbow is completely trapped. Once I get that foot behind the head, he's stuck. Okay? If I can't finish, get the underhook on the leg, flip him over, finish from the top position. Okay? Basically, as soon as I get this up and cross, his arm is effectively stuck there. Okay? Good? All right, let's try it.
Here's the drill we're going to do to start with. Any one of you guys want to be his demo dog, or you don't have to take any fault. Okay, Mike says, me? Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. So here's the drill. This is why we shrimp. There's a good reason why we shrimp. So Mike's got side position. He's got side control. Don't make it too tight. This is a drill. Okay, so Derrick's job, he's going to shrimp in. He's going to pull him between his legs. Okay, in Sambo, he's in still trouble because if Mike holds on to him, it's a hole in Sambo, but most of the other grappling it's not. But still, he was going to pull in, pull guard basically, and he's going to immediately spin into a spinning Jujigatami. So that's the routine we're going to do here. That's what we're going to drill on here. So let's take a look at it a little faster here. So he pops in, he shrimps, pulls in, and he just finishes out. And there you go. So we're going to do one on, Mike's going to start one on one side, then on the other, so Derrick kind of gets the idea to work with different sides. And notice some things also when you do this, when you're shrimping and pulling guard, again, this is why we shrimp. Notice what starts here. See this hand right here? He's got to open that up. He pops that open. As soon as he shrimps, he spins in, gives himself space and room, and he just keeps working in, and he goes right around the horn to finish with that. And that's a basic skill. That's a good skill in whatever form of grappling you do, especially in Sambo, because I don't want to give up that side position. If he's beat me there, I got to get the heck out of dodge. This is one of the best escapes for it. So let's drill on it. So Mike will start on one side, then he'll start on the other side, and then Derrick will go one side, then the other side. It'll kind of look like this. So Mike started off the one side of him, good. Okay, he's going to come off the other side of Derrick, and same thing, and bam, there we go. And then it'll be Mike's turn to be on the bottom, and Derrick will be on each side of him. We got it? Okay, let's drill on that a bit, just to kind of, we're still warming up, but this is a good warm-up, a functional warm-up. Okay. So, to start, when the man's down, he's probably going to be on elbows and knees, okay?
Yes, I carry over when I see you doing this. This is not rec or wrestling.
Yes.
This is my dream. If somebody stands like this, I'll take anything.
Yeah, thank you for giving me that, okay? It's Christmas, okay? He's going to be low, okay? So, or he may be just on elbows and knees looking for an opportunity. Derrick is whatever, snapped him down, knocked him down, whatever. Here we are, okay? Now what he's going to do, he's going to get to the side. Now everybody watch, he's got some control. He may even pop him up a little bit to lift him up to make an opening. Cool, all right? Now what's going to happen is he's going to step over with his right foot and he's going to anchor his right foot on the left hip. Now it's really an important thing. As he anchors that foot on the left hip, he comes on the very top of his head. And look, if you were looking at this would be an L shape, okay? He's not angled wide, he's L-shaped. See that? Anchor foot on the hip or high leg, okay? Top of the head, it's important. Don't go on one side or the other. If he goes like on one, just on one shoulder, he's stuck there. Boom, oh, he's in trouble now. By posting on your head, you have a vision of your opponent. You see what he's doing. Plus, you're posting on your head. You're balanced. Now, got that. Now look at his left arm. He's chopping in. Part of that movement, the rolling movement, is going to depend on him really popping that left arm on leg right up. Okay? Now, so far so good. Now, the right foot, the shin, the top of the foot area, is going to go across the back of the neck. See how that is? Very compact. I like to say stay around. Here he's staying around, isn't he? Now, so he's got him set to go. With his right arm, he can hook the leg, grab the ankle, whatever he has, there's a handle. And now see how he's in a tight, not tight in a bad way, compact, round little ball. He's going to roll the bottom man over, kick right over, and guess what? He's got Jujigatami going. Cross-body. If he wanted to let go of the leg, he could have, but he didn't need to, did he? Often he's going to be splitting him apart, you guys are going to be tapping his leg here too.
Let's demonstrate what happens if you don't control the leg.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't control the leg, watch what happens. Here's a good point. If he doesn't have control of the leg and he stops, boom, he's up. Okay, a guy knows how to fight. He's going to follow up. He'll take that roll and he'll come in on the inside shoulder and come up. Okay, so like in judo, you have a pair of pants to grab. That's great, but for sambo we don't. So we have to use the appendage. Now, if he may not get the high, we would prefer this, but he may have to grab an ankle. If that's all he's got. Take overhook, underhook, he's still got it, kicks it over, and finishes. Now, when he does finish, he starts to lever that out. Remember, guys, we were talking earlier, there are 3 phases to every submission, really. Control, you control the position, you get the submission, so control. He controlled the rolling movement, didn't he? Okay? Then he got the trap. He trapped his arm to his body. Then he got the lever. You levered it out straight. Okay? I picked up the phrase lever from Neil Adams, the world judo champion. I was fortunate enough to train with him for a period of time, and he said, don't use the word pry, use the word lever, because that's what you're doing here. You are levering it free, and you're being more accurate in that description. And I think that's a good way to look at it too. Okay? So this is a real basic way, but you know, basics work, and I've seen this at all levels, whether it's very local level competitions, certainly at the World Championships. This really does work. And when you see people like Ronda Rousey or Jimmy Pedro or some of the World Sambo champions, well, how do you get that roll? It's not a trick. It's from doing a lot of repetitions in the gym. You know, just a lot of reps, a lot of reps, a lot of reps. One more time, guys, and I'd like you to practice this. So, the man's on elbows and knees. Okay, think of this as, and remember, it's an explosive movement. It's not a grinding movement. It's an explosive rolling movement. So see from the top, bam, he digs in, pops, catches and rolls, and finishes out. In this case, look how he's grabbed the leg. You can do that. If you lost the leg, just take the arm. Okay? Remember, hug the arm, don't grab it. Hug it, because now it becomes part of you. Okay? But you notice a little key point that a lot of people miss, being on top of the head, that when he's going with his left hand, he's really chopping that arm when he's attacking. He's not just grabbing it lightly. he's hitting it, that causes the roll to happen. Can you do it one more time? I'm sorry. Watch his left arm on Vlad's right arm. Bam, see that? That's got to happen for that roll to happen. Okay, and then as he does that, he catches it and he rolls. There, and he finishes. So that's a fundamental move that, like what Matt Windmill was talking about, movement and standing. Fundamentals, you know, like we were talking about before, world-class performance is really nothing more than fundamentals done to their full potential. And that's, if you drill on this, like I tell the guys in the gym, hours of mind-numbing repetition, but doing it correctly. Okay? Want to try it?
Yeah, guys, one thing. Remember Matt was working on the hook? On the hook, when I step down, I have this on the hook capture. Step around.
Look at that setup. See
So I wanted to dig, but I already had it. I found the chip
Beautiful.
of the triangle, snapped him down. On the hook was already in place. I don't have to dig it.
Yeah, it's just, see how it flows?
Vlad,
Nice snap
Do it
down,
again.
and take it.
Do
There
it
you go.
again.
Let's work it.
okay, never mind.
So I'm here, right away. Couple tiny little details. I always grab with both fingers. And anytime I stress some kind of detail, it's usually because I learned it through good experience. I once knew a guy who had my thumb in and he's okay at my wrist, because he learned on my wrist, you know what I'm saying? So anytime once I know that he's airborne, I can let go, you know? So he's strong and gets safe enough. Okay, very good. Anytime I obtain Georgian grip, I move him with my belt, right? This way. Yeah, like this. Massive setup, okay? So I can set him up for Ouchi here, I can set him up for Hanagoshi, and so forth and so on. So very often, technically, once people get the Georgian grip grabbed on them, and he thinks like so last 41 match, when he got this grip for percent, guy dropped right away. As soon as he yes. So first time is a caution, second time is 1 point. But 1 point is still less than 4 points being scored. So technically, it's an acceptable movement to do, right? So once I grab Derrick, I go, oh shit, boom, and he drops. And very often, if we both stand up or in the sambas, we both look at the referee. 1, 2, 3, he stands us up. But I have a good grip. Why would I, not utilize a good grip? So as soon as I stand up, he drops right away. Even if I don't get anything, I'll start dragging him because I look at him. I look at him and he'll get penalized right away. So what I do, as soon as I drag, I'll spin my leg around, let go, and re-grab. It happens fast. It looks like too many steps, but it's real fast. Boom, boom, boom. That's who I am. Okay? So I was here, drag, armbar. Over, boom. What he said about yesterday's move, I got to do one little acceleration step. Acceleration step, sumigation, right, and armbar. So once you have a good thing going, such as good grip, like Sambo motto is throw and submit. It's not take somebody down, open the guard, pass the guard. If I have a good grip, my submission started right here already. I don't have to pass the guard or switch on the guard. So alright, I set him up, got the grip, yank, boom. Guys, this step is super crucial. Don't sit from here. And number one, you won't flip him. I mean, if you want to be not a nice guy, I can do a lot of damage. Heavyweights can fly. Honestly. Right away roll. So I step.
Me too, Carlos.
My left leg does a sumigation movement to this roll. I'm really kicking him. It's a very active hook. I'm pulling hard with my left hand. Boom. Boom. Right in the armbar. Alright guys? Any questions? Seriously, heavyweights can play. Usually, little injuries happen with heavyweights. You can just move. For example, fly. But just imagine, once I sit on his shoulder, and I'm not doing the job I'm supposed to do, I'm being safe. But if I just sit, you see the arm is not supposed to be bent this way. Okay? Acceleration step. I call it big go and back. Full big go, right? And light hook.
You do the whole sequence? Yes, sir.
And lower body submissions. Remember guys, before we start, what you're seeing here, and think this through, in everything we do in Sambo, we want to control, we want to trap, and we want to lever. Okay, if you judo guys, kind of equates to break the balance, fit in, and throw. Okay, same thing. We're controlling the body. However we control them to get to the ground, we control the movement, controlling position, just like Matt Lindland said yesterday. The second thing is to trap or collect or gather his leg is to your body to make it part of you, what we were talking about earlier. And then lever is actually applying. We're levering against the joint, so making it hurt. What we're going to do now is a scissors throw, and probably a lot of you guys know the scissors throw, throwing into the back, try to get 4 points for it, and we try to probably go for a straight knee bar. We're going to do a little different angle on the scissors throw. We're going to be coming to the side and to the front, okay? So I'm going to let Derrick take it from here because he's used this. This is a good move. And any questions? And there are different ways to get into the scissors throw. We'll kind of discuss those as well. So I'll let you go from here, and then I'll add as we need to. So let's go get it.
Okay, so first things first, grips. So you'll see a lot of this, okay? And the guys just want to kind of fly in and do it. And the problem with that is that if he takes a backward step and I do this, okay, I'm already off balance. So how I like doing it is I'll open that grip, and even if he's got a good grip on something, I open and then I use what I call the Hecadon grip, because Chris Hecadon does this to like everybody, and it's horrible. So you just come in around and you feed that right in there. Okay, now that gives me an inside angle on his hips, and it gives me good control over his shoulders. So where my shoulders go, his shoulders go.
And also point out what Steve was just saying, get the elbows down. Don't let your elbow float. Floating elbow is a bad thing. Trap it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it ties in what Matt said last night, to trap and use the elbows. So there we go, another thing to tie in.
Yep. Okay, now, if you haven't done this throw before, okay, we're going to post and then we're going to scissor, because that's a safe way to learn it. Okay? If you have done it before, let your partner know that you're going to be doing it right into it so they know what to expect. Okay, I'm going to post so you guys see how to do it. Okay, post, okay, step back, foot up, in the hip, back, through, okay? Catch, right into an ankle lock, okay?
Now that's the basic, throwing it to the back version, okay? We're going to go from that in a moment to the side and the front.
Right.
But that's the basics of it.
Okay, so again, back through here. This time, he's expecting me to go back. So I'm going to roll forward. And the way I do that is I'm going to reach for his far ankle, okay? So post, back, forward, and then I reach for that far ankle and just roll that way, okay? Boom, catch, and you either go sideways or I'll go forward. Depends on how much you catch him sleeping, okay? For me, most of the time, it's sideways, okay? Boom, catch, okay? Post, back, hook.
When you fell back, you did the other leg.
Huh?
When you fell back, you attacked the other leg.
Right. And part of it is to keep him from turning out or trying to sprawl out of the scissors, okay? Everybody knows the first ankle, okay? So I come in here like this, he knows to go around to that ankle and I might miss it, okay? But if I've got that far ankle, see how it just goes right down? Okay? So we just go straight for the far ankle.
If you did fall forward, we roll over to be more of a bent knee lock from the front side, from the back.
So, okay, to get him to go forward, you got to get deep on this and roll that way. Okay, and we got that. Or we got that.
Sometimes a guy will bail on you and go front. In that case, you roll your inside, because his left shoulder is rolling under him,
Right.
and take him forward.
Right. So it depends on which way I feel him going. I almost always go that way, but if you want to go forward, you got to put your back in front of him as you grab that foot.
Ultimately, we got to think what our goal is, guys. What do we want? We want his ankle, don't we? We want to get the tap out. In the process, I'm going to try to get as many points out from the referee as I can. So, yeah, the takedown, the transition is a point getter, but ultimately I want his, that part of the body, and I want to get the submission.
So let's do the sideways one first, okay? Open up, back in, come over, feet it in. Grab it, drop your elbow, okay? Post, step back. This foot goes up in the hip, the other foot goes behind. And as I'm over here, okay, jamming that foot up and finishing. If he goes after my other foot,
yeah. We'd like to keep it jammed if we could. We'd like to keep that jammed if we could, because there's less of a target for him to go for.
right.
And we all know that.
He's still gonna have to pull my foot up to get an ankle lock, okay? And I'm gonna beat him to it. If he starts pushing my foot for a toe hold, we just roll to avoid, okay? One more time through.
If you guys want to call it a rolling scissors throw, side scissors throw, whatever you want to call it, we don't care. But that's what we're really doing. Remember, we're kind of tucking inside the left shoulder in this case and rolling him over. Takes it to the side.
Right beyond elbows and knees. All right, so we have there's a lot of wrestling in Sambo. So there's a lot of positions you would see in freestyle or folk style wrestling that get incorporated and they get turned into submission. So one of them is a classic leg ride, near leg ride into a bent knee lock. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show that first, then I'm going to show a variation that Steve Koepfer showed us at the Sambo Summit this year that I think is really cool and it's a lot more efficient. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is if he's nice and flat like this, I'm not going to be able to get that near leg ride. Okay, I can get my leg through, I'm not going to be able to actually get it intertwined. Okay, which is what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull him forward a little bit, okay? Get him open, okay? That's all you have to do. Just get some belt and get some gi, take a step, pull him forward, he opens up a whole bunch. Okay? Slide the leg through, point your toe down, and then kind of settle on your toes. Okay? So if you can't see, come over here. Okay? Open him up, slide through, lace, point your toes down, and then just settle on that leg.
Guys,
okay?
when we do that, we also want to point out, did you notice the handles Derrick had? He had up by the nape of the neck, at the the collar, and also the belt. So use those as handles to control them. That sets them up. Just wanted to add that. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so once I get this, okay, elbow in the butt, catch the shin, push off with your other foot, and as he pops down, it's because I've got my elbow in his butt, we just pull it towards his butt, okay? Try and put that heel right in there. The shin digs into the back of the knee and then the calf. It's very nasty, okay? One more time, okay? Open them up. Okay, if you have to, you can push your foot against your heel and do it.
Or if you want to show off, you can do like a triangle and all that other cool stuff. But really, the basic way is quite efficient.
Right. Okay, boom, you'll get the cap pretty quick that way. Just as quick as that or that, okay? All right, let's try that out, and then we'll show you the Koepfer way.
Yeah, we want to credit the next one to Steve Koepfer because that is a really cool way. Yeah.
This is the conventional move. But I'm going to show a different version, which Kurnoy showed last time I was out there, which I thought was really cool, and I've been using it a lot, and I found it to be pretty high percentage. So I just drive my knee in here, keep nice and heavy, right? And what I'm going to do is take this ankle. What I don't want you to do is start grabbing his foot or anything like that. He's going to probably sprawl out, move, sit out, whatever. Don't let him think you're going to attack this. Boom. Like that. Right? Sit back. Triangle your legs on the inside. And finish there. In. Boom. Pull it. And triangle your legs on the inside. One of the nice things about locking it here, it kind of defends a little bit from the counter armbar, right? If it's done the old-fashioned way, you have this armbar here. But this way, you're kind of defending a little bit. But I still never grab with that inside arm, just in case. But even from here, it's hard for him to reach. This is my first grip. One more time. You know what, I'll just show that. We'll show that one. You counter armbar me on the regular one. Here's the classic. Here's the mistake. You reach up and grab. He armbars you.
And it happened a few times, but I've seen it.
Yeah. So if we go the opposite way, boom, oops, sorry. Boom. Control, sink your weight on it. Use the belt if you want, like we were before. Ankle in. Now sit back, triangle. If you're gonna bring this other arm up, I like to come from the outside. Just to protect, just in case it reaches up for your arm. Clear?
Clear.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Steve Koepfer demonstrating a nice rolling knee bar off the inside leg ride. And here we're exchanging ideas.
Assist the roll.
We have a nice Vlad showing a nice variation there. So again, Sambo Summit 2015, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So the guys are now practicing the move.
I'm not letting myself collapse. If you're really fast, you have good execution, you can pull this off. But if I miss or if he steps back, I kind of have nowhere else to go. I'm heading out of turf. The idea with having me down is that we're still mobile. If he sprawls a little bit, I can still finish the throw. Or what I'm going to do is when he sprawls a little bit, but I can still get to the leg. But I'm holding it close. Turn up here. So I'm just standing up to a single leg. I'm going to wrap about mid-thigh. Now I want to come around with my hand, and I'm trying to catch Matt right at the iliac of his hip. You can grab cloth. You just want to have a good bunched up grip because you don't want it to shift. If you can get at the iliac, it's a lot better. And you only need a little bit of a lead. See how I'm leading with my hand against the top backwards? Instead, he's right there. A common one is a knee crusher, but I'd rather not do that. Because I like going after the leg that's not as obvious. I'm going to go here, sit back. Here, I'm just trapping. I'm not going for a really deep high crunch. So I come around, and that knee goes up. From here I stand, got the hip, turn, and just break them down. But a slide, so my knee touches the mat, gather up the leg, and sit back. Let's look at just the knee bar for a second. Maybe lay the other direction. Please. I'm sliding, falling back. So I'm scissoring the leg. So normally if I'm like this, I'm too high. But having the shin here, right at the hip, the shin's across the front, across the belt line. A quick check, sometimes if you don't have it here, just move the leg to the other side. Knee down, other knee down, up, yep. Slide, fall back. I find that falling back makes it easier to draw the leg in, because using that little bit of momentum falling over. You can get it from here, but you might cross that leg and defend. So, keeps them a little confused because they're just attacking one leg and one leg down.
You're also burying your foot and protecting, if toe holds are allowed, you're
Protect your own foot. Okay? Is it clear?
Yeah, there we go, okay.
All right, so now we're going to go through more of an applied version of what we just did. You don't honestly get somebody that just sits down and puts his feet in between yours very often. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition from standing to ground. We call it an ankle to ankle. Okay? So we're going to go ankle pick straight into an ankle lock. Okay? So I've got a grip. Okay? I'm going to go after his lead leg. So if we're standing righty, I go after his lead leg, which is his right leg. Okay? So take a step, catch right behind the Achilles tendon again. Okay? I'm going to have one high, which is up here on his shoulder, one low, which is down here by his ankle. Okay? Make sure I'm still pushing here, because if I just kind of leave this there and try and pull up, he's not going anywhere. Push him back, lift. Okay? Up he goes. Okay? Boom, he goes down and I step in. Okay, notice one foot's right here and one foot's on the outside. Okay, up into the armpit, slide it through again. Okay, you can grab your gi if you need to, or put your hands together. Okay, doesn't really matter. Okay, as I do that, feet together, roll back, right into it. Okay.
So that's why we call it ankle to ankle, everybody. He hits the ankle pick, leads
Ankle.
directly into an ankle lock.
Right. Okay.
And as you get good at this, you will follow right through. You will not ever let go of that ankle. You just keep following straight through. Now, everybody look at Derrick's left hand on, he's got to have some kind of an anchor. So his left hand is on Ben's lapel, and as he's doing that, he's pulling down as he drops. He does a good classic drop step, and he does the ankle. So he's got, like Derrick said, he's got a high grip and he's got a low grip, okay? And now he just snatches it out, he swings it back in, and notice he brings it right in there. Now, feeds it. And notice he keep moving forward. Don't give him anything. Don't let him off the hook. Keep walking into him, and you sit right in there, and you go right back into the classic ankle lock. You can do a crowbar, other stuff too, but right now the ankle lock's what we're going for.
And for the guys that have been doing this for a little bit, lace through, okay?
Now the reason we do that, we get a little bit of a crank action on the knee, and that adds more pressure. So that's the ankle to ankle, ankle pick to ankle lock. It's a straight ankle lock, and we can play with different variations of that, but and there are a lot of different variations of how to get that ankle pick. This is kind of a basic way of doing it. Okay, we good? Let's train on that.
Like just a regular place, or do you want us to?
So right, we're doing the windmill throw that Steve Koepfer just taught everybody. Right into a straight ankle lock, spin right over, and finish off with a straight ankle lock, as you see the guys doing here. We're at the Sambo Summit 2015.
Bring it in for 1 second. Just a few pointers. Just a few little pointers based on watching everybody. When you first in Gregg access, you can do any fireman entrance, right? But what I want you guys to do is not grab by the knees. What's happening is a lot of people are coming in and they're too low for the. Yeah, see, they're too low. When you try to hook by the heel and have that set by the time. Oops, sorry. Hook here. That's good. Right here. When you slide in, you pull. And what some people are doing are here, and then they're starting to fish for it. Pull and go in. Pull and go in. Boom.
Shin in the armpit.
Now, even I'm a little too low, right? So, lock it in, grab your jacket. If you need to readjust, kind of shrink your hips out a little, slide back, and come back in. Right? Rotate your Achilles, your wrist bone, your radius outward just a little, so it's pointing it to him. And then the last thing is, don't do a big arch. Yeah. It's all in the shoulder. From here, it's all this. This. This is a movement you think is easy, and you talk to people, say, just roll your shoulder, and they go like this. Exactly. Roll that shoulder. Boom. Pinch his heel to your body with the elbow. So there's no rotation for him. I'm creating a little bit of a rotation, like almost like a heel hook. And then just shoulder. The other thing, some of you guys are going flat, which, yeah, this happens. And the other thing is, you can't roll your shoulder anymore. The floor is in the way. That's it. So if you don't have it, you're done. Stay on your side, just like the knee bar. That way, it's easier to go belly down. If he starts to scramble or move around, whoop, now you can roll with him. So try to hook more by the foot, not so much by the knee. Yep.
Can you show that rowing motion again?
To go try.
Yeah, I think everybody should see.
Yeah, sure.
Well, just to readjust. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. So we're here, let's say I'm too high, right? You shrimp out. Everybody here knows how to shrimp, right? Hips out, slide, hips back.
See how his hand stays chambered? Don't do that fast.
It's like you're
I love
patting
when
yourself on the chest.
Don't do
exactly.
that
With
quick.
the knee, it's great because you have a handle, right? So what happens is a lot of people get here, they start to extend for the Achilles, and their hand slides down their body. Yeah, he's going to get out. With the jacket, we're lucky. You have this. And like I was telling the guys, just pull the bottom part of your lapel, just cinch it up. Boom. Just cinch it up, hold it. Now I'm still a little too far down. I could probably finish, but shrimp out, in, like that. It should feel like you could pull him, because you're as far down on his foot as you can go. Right? You want this, boom, to lock.
If he starts messing around with the other foot, that's when you go to tripod too?
Well, if he gets that deep back there, it doesn't matter if I'm trying to lift his elbow, because his elbow's already engaged
right.
when he rolls his shoulder back. That's why he rolls his shoulder back.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. For those who do heel hooks, right? It's the same idea. The defense of the heel hook, let's not do inverted. Let's just go for a second. His heel should be pointing to my ribs, so it's hard for me to hook. Right? So the transition, I'm going here. Let's say I lose it, I go to switch to heel hook. He should immediately dig his heel into my ribs, my floating ribs. Now I lost both. It's the same idea with this. If my elbow is sticking out, he's going to hook it. Yeah. If my elbow is down, it's much better.
Same like Coach Lynn said, at hold. The elbow hold.
Yeah. Everything is like this. Everything is smothering. Clear?
One point you did so well, Steve, would you show the guys again that transition from the windmill throw, and you don't let go of that ankle. That ankle literally pulls you into position.
Yeah, you use it to pull yourself.
Yeah, you literally trap him tighter by doing that. See, he's like right in it, and he's like slides into second base, you know?
Exactly.
Right, yeah, breakdance, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
I used to own a cardboard box.
I didn't see
This time, I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to scorpion this way. Scorpion my leg back. I'm keeping the pressure here, but I'm going to go here. And if you come up well, you can get a shoulder lock right up there. So, same grip. Here and here. What I'm going to do, I'm rolling him across my body. So I put my head and shoulders right down there, and I'm going to roll him across. I'm going to do it slow as I can. I come up to my knees. You can see I'm body torquing him. Yeah, I'm good.
Not hard to boy, man. You got a competition.
He's my friend. I'm not gonna yeah. You're right. Carlos, come here.
Roll that big boy over you. Lift it up.
It looks like a pistol, right?
I like it. It does, yeah.
Okay.
The spinning motion.
Here. Grab your own breath. And I'm looking towards his head. I roll. I'm gonna go, see? So be careful when you come up. It's really torquing the shoulder, okay?
So what we're going to do is do double lapel grip from here. Vlad calls it the straight jacket. It's basically like a full Nelson with the jacket. Break them down here. You're really pulling this tight, locking in those shoulders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step over, I'll do it slow first. I'm going to hop over like I'm taking back mount. And just my knee goes in. And I look for this hook with my foot. Swing over there. Get the pin here.
Almost like reverse of the gauge. Right front and back.
Break that down, get that nice and tight. My right knee is going to go under, my foot is going to hook his leg. And then you kind of kick him like a helicopter and start scoring the pin here. If you drive your shoulder forward, it becomes a neck crank, like a can opener. One more time, slow. Hop over. Get your hook. Spin them that way. Belly down here. Everybody clear? Yep. Go. So, what I'm going to do is put the back of my thigh over his head. Boom. Like this. I'll do it slow first. I'm going to sit. This leg has to be real close to him when I sit. And as I sit, I'm catching his arm here. My leg. Switching to.
Don't catch my arm so they know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, sure. If you don't catch your arm, your chances of getting the pin are here.
It's wasting energy and no support.
Right. So, and where people mess up catching the arm lock is, I'm going to do it slow. When you sit, this leg has to come in and catch. If you leave that leg out here, you're just, he's going.
Impossible. Switch it around.
Yeah, he may end up on top of you. So, we're here. Pin that arm. Take your control, get your pin. And like Steve was saying, you can transition to submissions right after. Very similar action. One mistake a lot of people make is they pull the guy right on top of them. Like this. A little bit of an angle. So I'm here, pulling to my side. And I'm sitting on my side. So I can hook this. Steve, come on.